This is a Headgum podcast.
What's our podcast? What's it gonna be about?
Tell us.
What's our podcast? What should we talk about?
With Beck and Kyle.
Yeah.
Are we good?
I like to eat Kyle's shorts with a side of Caesar dressing to dip his shorts into it. Yum, yum, yum. That's how I like them up. Because, you know, when I eat your shorts without a side of dressing, it's kind of bland and it's got a nice, it's a really gamey.
Tell me we were rolling on that.
Yeah.
Wow, people. So I just heard one of my very good friends, my co-host Beck Bennett, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Talking about eating my shorts with Caesar dressing. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden I thought, well, he's finally lost his marbles, folks.
Yeah, because I've been sitting here hanging out with you.
Oh, that's the reason?
Yeah. That's
well,
the
I
reason.
apologize.
Yeah, thank you. I've absolutely been losing my mind.
Dude,
hanging out with you, dude. I can't believe I've known you for so long.
I was just, I'm not doing a bit right now.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this moments ago. I was like, damn, like I've known Beck for like forever. I was like, it's like crazy because I've known you back in the day.
Yeah, from September when we were at USC.
Yes, I was just, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that because back in the day.
Yeah, in the day we met.
Man, this feels good. It's like.
It feels good to see you.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that.
Yeah, dude.
When you get, you know, it's always like, oh, that first, you know, when you're doing the podcast, like, by the way, I'm Kyle Mooney.
And by the way, I'm Beck Bennett.
Do you need to remind? Should I write it down?
I remember who I am. I know. I'm like, what? Yeah, but it's fun to be here.
This is our show. What's our podcast?
Yeah.
Hi, people. Transmitting from outer space.
Okay, Kyle was just doing the craziest face you've ever seen in your lives.
What's our podcast is a podcast. Actually, I co-created with Beck.
Yeah.
And we actually we pitched it to
around
a few
town.
networks.
Yeah, we took it around.
Some were into it, some were not.
Yeah.
But we're very happy where we ended up at.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would have been nicer to be somewhere else, but.
Yes,
I'm just kidding. I heard a gasp from our producer over there. Actually, this is no. Well, I mean, we're different people, so we might have different feelings. This is where I always wanted to be, right here at Headgum.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't even want to pitch it around town. I just wanted to take it right to Headgum.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah,
and I've always thought they've done some really interesting things in the podcast game. I think about some of their other shows, of course, and just like sort of the other shows they do are really, really interesting in the podcast game.
Yeah. And so, have we told people what we do here yet?
No, I was just about to say, so what's our podcast?
Yeah.
This is a really cool show that we're doing. It is where we bring in a guest.
Okay.
Sort of classic podcast style.
Yeah, it sounds like something
But you and me, Beck, because we don't know what our podcast is about.
Yeah.
We ask the guests to pitch us an idea for what they think our podcast should be about.
Okay, and then what? And then they give us the idea, and then what happens?
Then we do that podcast,
And we try it out.
and now here's the thing: sometimes it works, and sometimes it gloriously does not work.
Yeah, we really.
This feels old school.
This
feels old school.
This whole intro feels old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. This is definitely one of our more old school intros.
Episode 2.
Yes. Now
We have a big reveal.
We have to be perfectly honest with you guys right now.
Oh gosh.
Here it goes.
I remember I was at a job in college, and I could get in trouble for this. I don't know if I'd get in trouble, but I could hurt somebody's feelings, but I could make somebody feel some sort of way. I had a job, and it was in the entertainment industry. I was sort of like, I worked for an agent. I was like the second assistant. Mm-hmm. It was a boutique agency. There's an assistant, and then there was me. I was sort of like a glorified intern. Oh. And I got to be honest, I didn't really love the job.
Oh, okay. And that's what you're dropping. Wait, so that's the news. Is that?
No. I'm just giving. I'm relaying an experience. I'm talking about. It's gonna come together.
Okay, bring it around.
Okay, well, be patient.
Yeah, just bring it around.
Don't worry, it's all good.
Yeah.
But I think was actually a rather rude boss.
Okay.
And, I remember a video we did, Dirty Dishes.
Yeah.
For Good Neighbor. I had this character where I sort of like speak under my breath, and I'm like, well, it's sort of a passive aggressive thing. Like, why don't you do this? I don't even remember what the lines are, but it's like, it'd be like, Kyle, you got to try it.
Yeah. Kyle, you got to do the dishes, man.
I know I'm going to, but it's just, you guys can't keep treating me like this. You're like walking all over me. Like, we're the kings of this circus. Well, yeah, you are the circus, because I'm going to crush you like a bunch of ants.
Right. I love that character.
Thank you so much. That was sort of based on the assistant at the job.
I remember you telling me, yes.
Who, like, my boss would be like, and I'm going to make up some names. He'd be like, Tom, if one client's on the phone and they're trying to get into me, you don't just say he can't get you. You say he'll be here. He's going to get back to you immediately, whatever. And then my boss would shut the door, and then Tom would be like, yes, sir. And be like, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And if you could just actually like listen for once, maybe find out that I'm actually doing a pretty good job. And I would be just sitting back to back with this man having this.
Yeah. So he knew that he do you think he knew that you could hear him?
Probably. I think he probably wanted me to relate to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sorry, this is a long walk. But anyway, like, I hated the job, and ultimately, like, I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to have a conversation with my boss, and it took me weeks, to the point where, like, every day at the end of work, I would like walk up to his door while he was working to be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I would just give up. And then finally, after 2 weeks or whatever, I was like, boss, I need to talk to you. I'm not going to be doing this job no more.
But I'm sure you didn't say it like that.
However, I said it with that much emotion. No, and then he said, like, well, you've got to find your replacement. I was like, what does that mean?
What?
I had to keep the job, and then I had to, like, in college, find somebody to take my spot.
Which really does not feel fair. I don't think that's right.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, the news we have to share with everybody. It's scary sometimes.
Yeah, it's scary. This is not actually our second. I think it's our 10th episode that we've recorded. And wow, that was really hard to say. Yeah, this is actually our 10th, but we have an incredible guest. Our guest this week is Marc Maron. He is a pioneer in the podcasting space. Obviously, his podcast WTF.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to a friend about it. It's really good.
Yeah, I bet you were. What were you saying about it?
That it's old school and it has wonderful guests.
Yes, and it actually stands for what the fuck.
So we've actually, since our very first pilot episode, we've recorded a few episodes, like Beck had said, and we have learned, like, we're actually getting really good at podcasting. That's why right now, really, as you're listening to this intro, you're like, damn, they're on it right now. It's like they're hitting like amazing. The beats are good, and they're hitting amazing. More, it's really interesting what they're doing.
Yeah, it's really.
It's because we actually have had a little
really
practice.
Amazing. They're flowing. They're growing. You can see that they're in sync with each other. They are comfortable, but they're energized.
It's like they're finally Beck and Kyle. Like,
yeah,
like,
that's all we want to see.
They're trying to figure out, like, this is Beck and Kyle. This is cool.
Yeah, so yeah, we're more polished than we should be for episode 2.
Anya, I'm going to put you on the spot. Maybe it's Casey, and maybe it's Headgum as a whole. But we were told, we were like, you know what, Marc Maron is a really good guest for your second episode, because we're going to be releasing the first and second episode the same day.
Yes. And we are starting a podcast, and he is finishing his iconic.
Yes, and it makes sense. He is an icon. He's a pioneer.
He is.
And so we'll see how this affects things going forward. We might need to re-record an intro for an episode.
Yeah, depending on how powerful it is, and I'm not putting any.
Maybe people don't care about this sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, this podcast is about us figuring out what our podcast is and figuring out all that.
And this is something we did not foresee. So we've like been recording in sequence, being like, that's episode 2, that's episode 3, and it's like, well, now this is episode, and it's like, oh, well, that's like, I didn't even think about that, but it's like, that is part of the podcasting thing. It's like, oh, I've got to figure this out because I've never done it before, and it's like, oh, that's actually like more rediscovery.
Right.
Well,
I'm nervous. I've never met him. You have.
I have met him, and I think we can learn a great deal. And yeah, he is an intimidating man in a lot of ways.
I love him.
Yeah, me too.
I love what he does and what he represents and who he is. And I think we're being told he's here.
Meet you briefly at SNL for some reason. I was there once. Why the hell was I even there? Do you remember? I was there. Oh, it's when I was interviewing Lorne.
Oh.
And I was around. And I think I met you briefly in passing.
Maybe really quickly.
Yeah, I guess I didn't make an impact on you, but
I'm actually saying that to like, not say no to you. To not be like, to not deny your experience.
To yes and my memory. To go ahead and live with the gaslighting that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Isn't that another word for improv?
Gaslighting?
You know better than me, sir.
I don't remember, but I do remember the first interaction we had, which was at the Glow season 1 after party. You gave me one of these I was there with Chris Lowell, my freshman year roommate in college, and you gave me one of these, like a little, and I was like, I don't think he's talking to me. We've never met, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I've thought about that
for a long time,
for years, being like, was he saying hi to me? You gave one of these, like, well.
Yeah. Do you recall this moment?
Of course, I've been meaning to talk about it.
Oh, this is cool.
Man.
This is actually
fortuitous that I was asked to be on the podcast.
Yeah. So what went down?
So I hope we're
meant for
okay.
Beck?
It was something I was learning. It was a ritual, a magical thing to deeply connect with him from across the room.
That's actually really cool.
And I got it out of, I think, an Aleister Crowley book. And it seems to have worked.
It worked.
Stayed
wow.
with you.
So there's like a really cool connection between you guys. I'm really glad that I get to be a part of it.
Yeah, man. And you can do.
You want to do your thing now?
You want to do your thing now?
Yes, thanks. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kyle Mooney, and welcome to the podcast. We got Marc Maron here today.
Wow, you really connected with him, right?
Did she do an intro already, or was that?
We did. Yeah, we did it a little.
So you
intro.
just did it again? Can I say,
please? See, this is helpful because we don't know how to. I'm interrupting you.
I would like to say that I liked your movie.
Oh, thanks, Mark. That really means
the one you directed. I did. I liked it with the machines.
That is really
sweet.
What
was that called?
Y2K.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, thank you for seeing it.
And I saw it because of you.
That's so
and
sweet.
I felt like it was a good movie.
You know what? What I wanted to
didn't listen to the music though. Give me time. Music seems a little serious.
Music. Yeah. I thought you were saying you watched
my
the
music.
movie.
Copy.
I thought you were saying you watched the movie without the music.
Yeah,
no, it was hard to separate, but I felt it was the only way to watch it.
Knowing you were going to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure somebody's explained the premise of our podcast that we're trying to figure out what our podcast should be.
I'm struggling with the mic right
now.
No,
I'm not sure.
No, you're okay.
He's doing great. Okay, we're not going to put him down.
So,
no, I'm not putting him down.
Don't tell. And like you probably have a pitch for a premise of our podcast, but don't say it yet.
I thought you had a premise. Like I was asked to.
No. Oh wait,
right.
sorry.
No,
what are you going to say? No, go.
No, I want you to go. It's your show.
Well, I just don't. Yes, you. In theory, you have a pitch for a podcast topic for us.
Oh yeah,
but I don't want to hear it yet.
Oh, I thought I sent it to somebody.
Okay, good. You'll say it out loud at some point.
Yeah, they know it, but we don't know it yet.
All of this to
it's
say.
A game. Oh, good.
It's a little bit of a game.
It is a game.
Yeah,
it had to be a hook.
And it's a little bit of improv, which might be gaslighting in this situation.
Yeah, well, it's only gaslighting to me because I don't necessarily consider myself an improviser. I can do it.
Oh yeah.
So like I just kind of like take it for what's really happening. Like I don't know what I'm being fucked with because this is like it's not a Tim and Eric situation. Like with Tim and Eric.
Let's go after it.
No, here you go.
Let's get real.
With Tim, who is softened nicely and is becoming quite an interesting and well-rounded adult.
Mm-hmm, sure.
But there was periods with those two guys where you talk to them and I never knew whether they were fucking with me or not.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's happening here because
no.
You don't seem like the type.
I'm not the type. This guy though, you
nobody
can't really
knows.
tell.
Truly, it's actually obnoxious how much people don't know what.
Yeah, you're a little like untethered somehow.
Shifty. Yeah, I want to
for a while I was like his little translator, and I'd be like, no, he's fine. It
was true.
You as a translator translate people's inability to read him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've gotten. You've said I've gotten better.
Yeah.
No,
you have gotten better.
You have gotten better. Even that moment where you experienced sort of like, that was very focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought, now you, forgive me for saying this, and you have to talk about this all the time, but you are legendary in this field of podcasting. That's just factual.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was very honored that I got to be on your show. And if speaking of like kind of personas and how you perceive somebody or what you expect them to be, I was almost caught off guard with how warm you were to me, and you saying something nice about my movie. It reminded me of that feeling again, that like you have an endearing quality that like not everybody might not know immediately.
Well, there's
Is that
only,
fair to say?
Yeah. Well, there's people that have the built-in Maron decoder, and those are the people that know, the essence of me. Other people are kind of like, he's a little intimidating, he's intense. I think he's like, in that spectrum goes to condescending, to he's a dick. But I think that people that kind of can just see through that, which is many people. It's not. I'm not that way. I mean, everyone's got to have a certain amount of defenses, or you're just gonna let all the garbage in.
Well, I just want to say it's.
What am I? How am I going to be an asshole to you? You're barely holding on.
Yeah. He's
Is that
gonna
what
take
people think?
care of you. He's really trying to help you out. I feel. I mean,
That's because I was people what I'm telling myself all the time. But I thought it was. But my wife is telling me that it's not real.
No. She's your wife, so she's being helpful. She's trying to give you what you need to get out the door.
It is.
But no, people
so it is
are,
what people feel.
Yeah, people think you're a second away from falling apart.
I mean, when I have somebody over to my house to talk, I've made a choice. I'm not sitting there going like, oh fuck,
right?
This Kyle guy.
Yeah.
How did I get into this?
Yeah.
And with the movie, like, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't say so.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do
I'd be
it.
diplomatic. If I had to talk about the movie, I'd be like, so you really did something with that.
Which you must. Okay.
But you don't think you'd be like, I saw the movie and it bothered me. You wouldn't look, because I
If it
feel like
did,
you are very honest.
I did that with Kroll, but again, I have a relationship with Kroll, but like. I was talking about that new movie of his, the horror movie. I don't know what it's called.
I haven't seen it with
where he plays a gay dude, and they go to Italy and to get married or something. But it was not for me, and I'm not sure it was a great movie. But when I have to interview people, knowing it's going to be an hour, but yet they're there for a reason, I have to, if I don't like the movie, figure out a way to be diplomatic.
Yeah.
But he saw right through it.
Really?
Because it was really like, well, it seemed like everything was there. Like you really, it was those kind of things. And he posted everything I said about it as blurbs for the movie.
Oh my god,
and
it was very funny. But no, I can usually find one good thing. But generally speaking, I wasn't here for that, and I'm being honest.
Well, thank you.
I thought it was a great, story, and it was funny, and it was kind of nostalgic, and I identified with all the appliances.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to hear, and I want to say a surprise, but you never know when somebody you admire says something nice. It always feels good. But
you did a thing, and that's a big thing. Like people who make movies,
Mark,
Jesus, man,
stop! I'm like embarrassed in front of everybody.
No,
it's hard to do a thing.
It's hard to do a thing.
To pull
a
thing together, write a thing, then get people to want to do the thing, and then want to act in the thing. So it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It takes a long time.
It is a lot. It's a massive investment for sure. And
then but honestly, so you spent how many years?
We kind of came up with the idea January 2019, and the movie came out December 2024.
Right. So that's a long time. Maybe not all in all the time. There's a lot of waiting involved, but I'm curious. Did it do what you wanted to do on any level?
On any level.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think the experience, just having the experience is.
But
already
the whole thing? You must have been happy with the whole movie.
I was happy with it.
Was that enough
to fulfill me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
But you might. I mean,
well, no, that's my feeling with most things, because in the world we live in, I talk to people all the time. They spend 6 years on this thing,
right?
And then it's like nobody even knows where to watch it.
Right.
Where do I even see that? Like I had. Who was that amazing? Oh, Jessica Chastain came on the show to promote a movie that she did with it's not a Skarsgård, it's a Sarsgaard. Who's Gyllenhaal's husband?
Yeah.
Peter Sarsgaard. So he's not a Skarsgård. It was Peter Sarsgaard, and it was Jessica Chastain. It was about dementia, early onset dementia. And it was a pretty stunning, poetic, heavy movie. And she was promoting it, and I don't know that anybody saw it. And then I just got to think like, well, what about the filmmaker? What about, actors can kind of just be like, well, job's a job. You kind of, I just did a lead in a movie. I don't know if it's ever, who the hell knows what's going to happen to it. But it's hard to detach from that kind of like, when is it going to, do the big thing?
Right.
I don't know if there's that many big things anymore.
There's not.
And that's a sad.
And I also think that when you make something, it's rare, or when you're a part of something, it's rarely going to live up to those expectations in your head.
I know, because.
Where it's like, even like that's a huge success. Like, this would happen a lot at SNL with sketches. It'd be like, oh, this could be the one.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets on, just to get on air is great. Yeah. And then to get some laughs. But you're like, oh, I thought that was going to solidify me. That character was going to be down in the store with like a, a T-shirt and everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's a bummer. But then it's like, it's still a great success,
you got to really take it for what it is, I guess. And it's very hard for me because I'm thinking about directing this movie. I've got it in motion. But then when I really think about like, oh my God, it's going to take years to get it out, to just get it together to get to go, And then there's a whole other thing of like, can I even do it?
But this might be
do it at this point.
Corny to some degree, or even cliched maybe. But like the reality is that thing that thing that is probably the most fulfilling of the experience is the conceptualizing it and making it, and it's the process. I hate to say. Well, there are parts of the process I did not like, but I think there are moments, there are highlights where you're connecting with your co-writer or you're like talking with the actors, like those are the moments that like
those are good,
that give you life in a way that like I feel like if you're living towards like the release or the reception or something like that's not I don't think that
that always gives a little shallow.
I don't, this is my...
Look, I wish I had better parents. Yeah. And...
okay, well that I can't... That
the validation, you got to get it somewhere.
You got to get it somewhere.
But no, I understand that. People who say that, like, it's really, the process is where it's at. And I'm like, well, then I have blown life.
No. Wait, I mean...
Meaning how? Why? What you mean? Like you don't enjoy the process? Is that what that means?
I do enjoy the process because I can be present for it. Yeah. I can show up and be in it. But I wouldn't say in those moments that is the primary enjoyment. Sure. Like the primary enjoyment, really, if I'm honest, and I don't like to, be this honest on this level, is like, did you like it? And someone goes, yeah, dude, and I loved it. And it could be a stranger, and that'll carry me for at least 3 hours.
And is it more, is it beyond that? It's like, oh, I want this to be successful. I want this to be a big deal.
Yeah, because you do the work, and you're not, you may be doing it for yourself, because that's what the impetus is.
Right.
But you're doing it to be seen.
Right, absolutely. And to not be a failure, and not to be embarrassed, and the opposite of that.
But you know when you tank it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure, but do you ever feel
and then if you tank it and people are like, that was great, I'm like, no, it wasn't, and then you take it away from them. That's a very bad moment.
Well, as you know, we're trying to figure out how to podcast. I'm curious.
This is going to come out as
episode 2 to our listeners, episode 10 of us actually.
How's it going, do you find?
It's good. I get very uncomfortable with it.
Really?
Like I've seen it back a little bit, and I'm like, oh God, it's. I don't like this.
Really?
Yeah. It's.
Do you feel like it lacks definition?
I mean, I think I like the show, but I get sweaty about myself.
Yeah. What part of you?
I think it. I'm like, oh, I'm not cool.
Oh.
I'm not. I'm like, I'm reactive, or I'm like.
Yeah, you're not.
Sometimes I don't know what to say. Sometimes I don't have a question. I'm not like this profound interviewer. I'm just kind of like dealing with stuff in the moment, just trying to stay afloat.
I like the not cool thing.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Also, I want to say I think you're doing great.
Thank you. And I think part of doing great is just like being honest about it and putting it out there. Like we said, like I don't want to hide from it. I want to really be like, oh, this is.
And
this is
like,
what I feel,
like you
this
said,
is what I'm seeing, and it's a chance to grow and change
evolution.
and settle into it. Yeah.
Having you did WTF for a while.
I did.
From
16 years.
From year one or day one. Forgive me for putting you on the spot if I am putting you on the spot right here. How did you change? How did you evolve as a interviewer, how did the show change? Were there moments of like, ooh, I shouldn't do it like this anymore, or like I need to connect in this way? Were there any? Yeah. That occur?
I think like being like a fairly self-centered person, which we all kind of are because of the nature of what we do, that, in the beginning, that the beginning of the podcast was really a desperate act. I was not, a ticket seller. I was not, I was old. I was in my 40s. And, I didn't have anything on the books, and I just, got fired. I'd been through a divorce, and it was like, so the whole act of it was really a need to reconnect with my community, with, something. And I knew I was pretty good on these mics because I'd done some radio. And so a lot of those early episodes are me talking to my peers in kind of a contrite way about ways that I might have offended them. Like I was apologizing for things that mostly were in my head. And, it developed this style of, connection that involved a lot of me. It was never an interview show. It was always sort of like, it was about me. Like the way I used to frame it is like, I think for about the first 100 episodes, it was me inviting celebrities over to talk about my problems.
Right.
And there was an honesty to that in the comedy community. But I think over time, what happened was I maintained that, and I do now, that I'm not an interviewer, that they're conversations, and they are, specific moments in time of people. And I think they all kind of function as, fairly effective audio portraits of that performer, that person, at that time. And how that evolved was, and I think I learned some of this from AA, to be honest with you. I think structurally, the idea of AA, I'm not a representative of the program, and it's important to say that in relation to the program because, there is anonymity, but I do think it helps people. But the basic premise of AA is two alcoholics talking to each other to not drink, to get out of your head. You get out of your head if you engage with someone else's life. And then you're not thinking about yourself or drinking, right? So there is something, I don't know if I'm retrofitting that, but there is also something about active listening and about working your empathy muscle. I mean, people are empathetic, most people maybe, but it is not necessarily a natural trait to really, put yourself in someone else's shoes or engage in the conversation in a way where you live through what they're talking about with them in a symbiotic way. So you experience the emotions available through that interaction was something that evolved. And I think I did, despite not wanting to believe it, I do have some things that I do as a conversationalist on the mics that became part of my craft in doing it.
You mean like outside of?
No, I mean during it. Like, I have a way of doing what I do that evolved, but it does become a way.
Yes.
But leading into all of them, I'm full of dread and anxiety, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk to him about. Like there was probably a point where you were coming over, where not in a hostile way. I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about with this guy?
I actually have.
That's great. That's so great to hear.
Oh God,
that's like,
because you can only do so much research, and you're really going on your perception of their work,
right?
What you think you know about them, and who you think they are. But almost 100% of the time, it's much broader than that.
Right.
You're going to lock into this thing, and either you're going to be surprised one way or the other, like I had you all wrong,
right?
Or like, wow, you're much more complex or interesting than I thought.
Right, and if you just go off a set of questions, you're not going to really connect. That's what I find hard. It's like I'm in this situation listening, and I'm like, I thought about a bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, that's gone, and I just am like, I can't be in two places at once. You know what I mean?
But you can do the other stuff.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out where to fit it in. I used to have these very almost art looking, ways of structuring things. Because there are certain people, if you're talking to somebody who's prolific or old or is a cultural figure because of their amount of work, their body of work, there's a certain respect that has to be afforded to them where I can't just like shoot the shit about their life,
right? Because
you got to deal with the work. But there are like people like Lorne or, people like, Keith Richards. Like I used to do these very weird kind of, and I've saved some of them. It was just a blank page of paper. And I just put things that I wanted to touch on. And they'd be all over the paper. And they'd just fill the paper. And it was all random. And it was almost like the way my brain was.
Yeah.
So like I would like in during the interview, I'd just scramble around on that piece of paper, like, oh, and then like it triggers something.
Right.
But
right.
I left it sort of an improvisational moment on both sides. Like there was no list. It was just sort of, I got to scramble to find it, and then it's fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't do that much anymore with the big scribbles. I've gotten
Let's
better
get some
at it.
scribbles right here, man. What are we waiting for?
I wish I could show you those pages. It's kind of crazy.
I was
Yeah,
I was definitely intimidated to come on.
People
to your
are.
show.
I don't know why, but
And
I think
I think it's because
I'm sorry
I was
I didn't
such
have you on.
a fan.
It's okay. I don't know what we could.
It was close.
I don't know. It was close.
Yeah.
There was a moment.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, wow, that's great.
I
What
really think it
happened?
becomes down to a scheduling thing usually.
Yeah.
Where things kind of get drifted, you know.
It's okay.
I think I felt like I didn't sleep well the night before.
Oh, is that what happened?
My interview.
Yeah. I kind of
but-
felt that, but I didn't.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it. How did you feel coming in? Now, what
Yeah,
was your level of intimidation coming on?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Yeah.
podcast?
What were you thinking? Okay. He was asking level of intimidation. So as that's.
Well, you know, I haven't. You know, I haven't guessed it in a while. You know, I just kind of stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But because like I've got all these things going on, I was like, well, let me go talk to the funny people. And like I don't know you guys that well. You know, I interviewed you, but with certain podcasts, I'm like, how much of is there a conceit to the thing that I'm going to have to play along with? And I can do that. So I didn't really know what you guys do. I know you're both funny guys, and I know you're a weirdo. And that.
What do you mean, Mark?
That's exactly what I see. Yeah, but and I use weirdo with nothing but affection. So I didn't know what you guys had in mind. I didn't think you were going to fuck with me, but I thought I would have to play along with something.
Did you throughout the process? We should move on in a moment, but I'm curious. Were you ever listening to podcasts? Are
No,
you
I've
into
never listened to any.
podcasts?
I really don't. I haven't listened. I don't think I've listened to a full podcast in my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just sort of like you were. I find that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like
If you're
What am I
doing
gonna
them all,
listen
if you're
for?
doing 2 a week, and
But
then
I mean, like I had to listen
like
to.
ours is actually going to be. It's sort of
you're going to want
different.
to listen
It's
to
like
this
a new
one. Yeah, it's
style
actually
of
kind of
podcast.
crazy. It puts
I can feel
spins the
that.
whole thing on
Like
its
this is
head.
the first time I've been on a podcast where I'm like, I'm going to listen to this.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
like
it's-
already going. I want to see what I said that time. Oh, Beck and Kyle, that was a really good moment.
That was a good one.
It's actually about to get a little bit crazier.
Yeah.
do
So
you have-
No, I
Are
never
we ready?
listened to them. And I used to listen to radio, and like a lot of times I don't listen to anything. I'll listen to music and stuff, but if I'm in the car or at the gym, I'm going to listen to music.
Yeah.
I don't.
you Stones guy or a Beatles guy?
I listen to the Stones more
Yeah.
in my life, but it's hard not to have a foundation of Beatles in you.
That's a great answer. Yeah.
I love all
I think
four of them.
I agree with both.
Yeah, I mean, like when I watched that "Let It Be," the documentary,
That was good.
That
so
was fucking life changing. It really is kind of magical, and it
Yeah,
was.
it's-
I always want to watch it again.
Yeah. It stinks. I do like sort of feel the frustration of like it's such a non-take to say you like that band, but I do really like them.
Yeah, well, I've known people that are like,
There's the contrarian thing of like,
Yeah. There's one in this network here. Dave Cross is the king contrarian.
Absolutely.
Dave Cross, who I've known since we were children, basically, has always been that guy. Fuck Lou Reed or whatever. Like he's always
Damn.
He'll
Dave.
he'll draw lines.
Right.
And he'll hold on to.
I
them a long
don't
time.
like food.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's that kind of guy. But everyone softens as they get older, and he's kind of.
Some people
turned
don't
in-
like food though. Some people feel like they just eat it.
I'm
for the
afraid
sake
of food. I
keeping
had an
themselves
anorexic
alive.
mom who trained me to distrust food. So it's an
So what's your
ongoing
idea
battle.
for our podcast?
We're doing it.
I guess so. I mean,
No,
I don't
actually,
even
I
want
can
I
to.
fill
feel
time,
like-
guys.
Yeah, no,
You
I would
just gotta
love
get
to
more
go on.
guests like me.
For a second,
I
I
can
got
fill it
worried
up.
about your time
I know,
because we
I-
still have another chunk to do.
Let's do it.
And in my mind, there's a world where you go like, I only
Are we
have.
done?
know,
How long
I'm-
do you
yeah,
get?
I
You
gotta
gonna
get
cut
out of
this
here.
or what?
Yeah. No, this is good. This is some
Tighten
good juicy stuff.
You have to
This is-
tighten this up now.
Oh man,
Or things are
There's no
okay.
way.
I feel like I've in a somewhat rude way sort of cut you off about your mom and the anorexics.
Oh no, that's all right.
Okay.
Believe me.
So
it's,
what's your idea for the podcast?
you mean in terms of the words you wanted?
Yeah. Like we're gonna go try. You're gonna tell us what our podcast should be about, and then we're gonna go try to do the podcast. Like just a shorter version. This was the longer version.
Well,
but-
I think what you have here, if you really kind of lean into it, is a fairly classic straight man weirdo situation.
Okay.
And I think that if you really let him be as weird as possible, and you just try to, keep the kite,
Yeah.
from flying away.
Yeah.
In a comedic way, you might have something, and then just fold other people into it occasionally.
So it's sort of like, So should that be like an Abbott and Costello, like Bennett and Mooney type scenario?
Exactly.
Okay.
And
exactly. You definitely be Costello.
Okay, I wouldn't know.
That's the role that I feel like we've typically fallen into. When I am the weird one, I think it kind of throws people off, or at least like post SNL. Before SNL, maybe not as much because we weren't as established. But I would say in our everyday lives, Kyle can often be the one that is
the grounder.
And the sort of the being like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, then like
what did you just
that's
say?
interesting.
You know
Invert it. You can be like the seemingly rational guy that has flights of anger and weirdness.
Yeah.
And he's sort of like, well, wait, no, I think that.
And then what are you? And you're
That's
just
my
the
impression.
guest.
That's a good impression.
Excuse me, I'm Kyle Mooney.
Yeah, that's exactly kind
It
of
wasn't quite that.
Oh no, I was doing Woody Allen.
Yeah, I know you did.
Sorry,
Good.
I want to make sure.
That's good, Woody Allen.
Oh no, I was just like messing around. But
Yeah.
Our guest on the episode is Marc Maron. What does our guest do? Are they like part of the? Are they observing? Are they?
Well, I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, you could do what do you want to do like that. What's that improv show that's been around forever where they have a monologist come in?
ASCAT?
Yeah, you can do a little ASCAT situation where you ask the guest a couple questions and then you guys, do a thing. But do you want to do that?
Oof, no,
I don't think you guys know what you want to do. You kind of want to just hang out.
We're trying to figure
people
it out.
like it.
Yeah. I mean, we could do the characters. We could do the straight man and the weirdo.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the podcast should be about something. It can't just be Beck and Kyle's podcast. I think it.
So you want to have a topic, like maybe you want to maybe one day it's just all Phyllis Diller.
So we're as the straight guy and the weird guy being like, I like Phyllis Diller. No, you idiot.
No, this is another approach.
Oh, okay.
Where you assess like maybe a slightly off the radar talent. Talk about how maybe they influence you, and then where just kind of use it as a starting point for a conversation.
Well, is there?
You could do that with maybe have 2 or 3 of those.
It's like sort of like the name you might not know or something like that.
Sure.
What do you think about this?
Okay.
And this is you kind of get to you're behind the reins to some degree here. What if the podcast is unsung heroes and like we all sort of get to pitch in on like this is somebody I think who hasn't gotten their due for what they've brought to whatever culture.
Yeah, I like that. You have to dig them up.
Well, yeah, you feel good about that?
No, but no, I'm feeling no. So wait, but we are going to play these characters. I'm going to be sort of more.
Oh no, I thought it was.
What are my interests?
Yeah.
No, we don't need to play the character. I don't think we need to play the character.
All right, got the day off.
I'll go find a like a high end sort
Find
of
a Cheeto
gourmet
on
like grocery store type thing. Get some good ingredients.
Yeah, and
make
cook.
something new. Cook. Yeah.
Where's that segment?
Together. Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Beck cooking.
Beck cooking.
All right, let's do what Beck
I was
does
just at
during his
Erewhon.
day.
Yeah, Erewhon's great.
I had lunch there before I
drove
came.
by it. I was like, I would love to pop.
Wait, you like to cook? I cook too. What do you cook?
I mean, it's recently I've just been doing sandwiches.
I'm calling the podcast.
That's not cooking.
It's called What Do You Cook? We're gonna be right back. What do you cook? What?
That's what we're doing. What do you cook? Okay, great. We'll do What Do You Cook?
I think that's not bad.
It's good for one episode, I think. Or what did you cook last week would be a more ongoing thing.
Okay, what did you cook last week?
We've got to. Well, if we're going to commit to this, we got to commit to it in the proper setting.
Okay.
What, a kitchen?
Okay,
We're going into another studio and we're going to do this podcast.
We can settle on it. Do we want unsung heroes? What do you cook, or what did you cook last week? And characters.
Abbott and Costello.
I mean, my instinct is to go with the first suggestion.
Okay.
The Abbott and Costello thing.
Okay, great. Maybe midway through we get to switch. Maybe one straight and silly switch, and then the other person becomes.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. This is gonna be good. No, it's gonna be good.
That's a
I'm
good
sweating.
Abbott face.
My face is getting wet.
Yeah.
I'm getting nervous.
I'm nervous too. But this is uncharted territory for us.
Is something about to happen?
Producers? What do you think? Are we going? We're going with? Okay, let's go. right. What's up?
Guess we're getting started.
Jeez. Yes, we're getting started. Okay, so welcome back to Wacky and Not with Beck and Kyle. I'm Beck.
Oh, sorry. Is it my turn?
Oh, my God.
Hey, guys. Kyle here. What's going on?
Just, yeah. If you're uncomfortable, that's fine. It's just
No, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling monkey good.
Sorry about that, Mark. Kyle, we're very excited to have you on. Kyle is.
happy to be
Kyle
here.
told me
Are you
before that he
feeling
was
monkey
nervous.
good, Mark?
You don't have to try to be funny around him, dude. He's like, we're just having a conversation.
I guess I feel monkey good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I mean, I'm saying it's fine. You can answer the question. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I know that he's very.
Is he always
uncomfortable.
like this?
No, he's not really. He's always kind of like this a little bit, but he's a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
He's nervous that you're here.
Okay,
You know,
I get it. Sure,
you're one of the greatest podcasters.
I thought the day would never come.
He starts doing voices. when he's a little uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I am a little nervous.
It's okay.
In fact, I just spoinked myself.
Oh my
You
God.
just boinked yourself?
Spoinked.
What is spoinked? So did something go inside of you?
They haven't found what that one is yet, folks.
So, thanks for coming on.
Congrats on the special.
Yeah, congrats
What's it
on-
called again?
Panicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And is it? It comes out August 1st.
Yeah, August 1st.
That's
HBO. HBO. Yeah.
What does that stand for, by the way?
HBO. Home box office.
Yeah, I think
what
everybody
do you think
knows
it stands
that.
for?
Habooey.
Yeah, okay.
That would just be the sound that HBO makes.
Yeah. That's good though.
Thanks, man.
All right. So it's panicked.
Yeah.
You doing okay over there, Beck?
I'm okay. I'm a little sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're making me nervous.
I have that effect on Babel.
So what was the?
Yeah.
Is it right to ask you if was there like an impetus for this special, or was it just like you're working on material and then you frame it with the panicked? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I think that it's hard to choose a name, because there's been this history of like one name specials,
Right?
Shameless or like that's the only one that comes to mind.
Pickle.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, why don't you give me a couple names?
Bradley.
So I don't know if he's going to do Bradley or
No,
just do another
Bradley's
name.
not
It's
good.
already kind of been
You got
done.
another thing?
You got anything else?
Uh-oh, I need a diaper change.
Oh my God! Do you actually need a diaper change? Did you shit yourself?
He's spoinked.
He spoinked himself.
Don't you remember?
I do remember that he tried to tell us a while ago. All right.
Yeah, no, it just seems to be a kind of a through line of who I am, and it turns out with the special I do talk about anxiety. I talk about the world. I talk about my past, my dad's dementia. I talk about trauma, all the funny stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you do talk about anxiety a lot.
I do lately,
and you
yeah.
use it's a creative
It's a fuel.
form. Like I've heard this. I mean, it comes up in different ways that like anxiety is. Like most people who are involved in comedy have a form of anxiety.
I think so.
For a while, like I'd be like, people would be like, "Oh, your friends, Kyle or whoever, they're
what's
anxious."
the matter with him?
And I'd be like, "What are you talking about? That's not anxiety. He's just funny." You know what I mean? It's like so like you and also so you like create out of that space.
Yeah, I do a line in the special about wanting to deal with my anxiety, but I say like, but I don't know if I do because I think all my creativity comes from that. I think I'm just panning for gold in a river of panic. So there is an element to that.
And we cut to that real quick.
Yeah, cut to Could you?
No, we don't.
Could you
we
cut
don't,
to a river of panic? Maybe it's just a lot of like little heads going yeah.
No, you did it.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't mean to step on your.
No, that was actually better
Don't
than I
get upset at him, dude.
Give me a
not
panic.
upset.
Give me a panic face. Panic face. Oh, that's good. That's pretty good. Quiet panic. Well, how about terror? Yeah, that's good. That's almost Bobcat
similar.
Goldthwait-ish. That's like a callback to Bobcat.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, that is too.
Yeah.
I think you would.
yeah, you're kind of a bobcat.
You're just doing Bobcat, actually.
Old Bobcat, not new Bobcat.
Wait. Oh crap! I was gonna say something awesome.
When did you?
about anxiety.
How long did it take to get to a place that you felt comfortable with
this set?
to say like it's done?
Well, wow. I think that was a shot. Did you just take a shot at me?
Yeah, you took,
I think you just took a
Sorry,
shot
I
at the
had a
guest.
can of Sporkle soda.
Sporkle, but not Spoink. Different.
With
the soda is not
And more
diarrhea,
spoink.
but spoinking is
with
maybe
vitamin
diarrhea.
diarrhea.
It took about a year and a half, 2 years to put this set together. You just like as a comic, you just start the new hour, and at first it didn't have a home. I didn't have a special, but when you get one, and you're like, we're going to shoot it then you kind of like, all right, well, let's start.
So
putting it together.
you're working on it, and at some point you're like, okay, I have
Tighten it
something
up.
here, and now I'm going to pitch this to an
No,
network.
they know me, so it was just a matter of like, are they going to give me another special?
Yeah.
And when they stepped up, I was like, all right, well, I've got about an hour and a half. Usually heading into it, I've got about an hour and a half, 2 hours of material that I'm doing. And then ultimately, I know a lot of people do comedy specials that are like 34 minutes long, but for me, kind of old timey, I'm like, no, you do an hour, like a fucking real comic.
Yeah.
And you know, and HBO it was weird. My last special, From Bleak to Dark. You all right?
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
coming out both ends.
Yeah.
Some of that Sporkle
Spoink.
soda.
Yeah, just if you're gonna burp, just don't burp right into the mic.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because we don't have the kill button. Oh my God.
Oh,
When did you first learn how to burp on purpose? What a day that was, huh? It's a big day
That
in
had
a
to
funny
be
person's life, isn't it?
91,
When you learned how to
92.
burp on purpose?
oh, it was a huge point of pride for me.
Oh my God.
I got it. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's great.
Yeah.
I got to work up to it a
It
bit
can
here.
make you feel like you're gonna throw up if you do it too much. Though. Nice,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah,
Oh, good. His had tone.
yeah. His was
Feel
really
my
good.
my Zappo chips coming back. Are that those were?
That sounds like a made-up chip, but no,
that-
Zaps. I think it's Zaps.
Oh, Zaps.
Yeah.
Not me. I eat Zappo. They're
Yeah,
extra
hey.
zappy.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Would you just focus on the interview?
I'm sorry.
I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm not doing what you wanted.
This is
Mark.
perfect.
This is more than doing it.
Now, were we ever gonna switch, or do you want to say you?
It's Switcher time. Brought to you by.
Spoink.
Okay, what's that? So that must be.
Oh, so now we're back to.
Huh?
Uh-oh. Just so you know, my buddy here's very stupid.
No, I'm not. I just what?
We're
So,
talking about.
Do you like? Do you like?
Do you want me to finish for you?
Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
I think what Beck is trying to ask
do
is,
you-
do you like your place
That's-
in the culture and where you've landed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I think I've landed in a nice cultural pocket of my own.
Yeah.
And I feel okay about it. Sometimes I feel like it should be a bigger pocket, but that's just me.
What was the moment?
Oh.
What was the moment you knew? Go ahead,
A
Beck.
leather pocket.
Yeah, leather pocket.
I
Sure.
think it's kind of a leather pocket
Yeah.
that you've landed in. It kind of feels really nice on your
That
body.
doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
the soft leather, not hard leather.
No, a nice soft leather, and he's sitting in it.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this podcast?
We all bring something different to the table. And I just
Yeah,
kinda,
you bring all the different.
Sorry, I'm just trying my best.
Yeah, sure. I think this is going better this way.
Yeah, sure. When you can just make fun of the stupid guy, that was not. Why not satisfy the inner bully in you?
Who's the
Face it, you're stupid.
who? Who is? No, who is? Okay.
What was there a moment?
Yeah,
I want you to be able to say whatever you can about the special, but I got to know about WTF. Was there a moment where you felt like, okay, this is on a different plane? This is
Yeah,
What was that?
It was in the garage.
Jesus Christ.
that's right. It was in the garage. It's actually in the car.
Can you
It was in-
imagine doing a podcast on a plane?
I've almost done them on planes.
Okay. that was probably crazy.
Yeah, I did it at the.
Oh, you're like that.
Hey, could you turn down the noise?
Yeah,
I'm recording.
and they're
Can
like-
you turn down the plane?
And they're like,
Yeah. I'm picking that up on my mic.
and then
It's just a podcast of a plane going down because the engine goes out. Thank you. Oh no.
and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Because you crashed.
Yeah, and then they have to find the podcast, like the black box. And they're like, oh, it's the last podcast he did.
And you call it black box.
Yeah.
What? And then you go to. But then it also recorded you go into the bathroom too.
That would be before
on the plane.
Yeah, that'd be before. Yeah. That's good. Nice to trail off
good.
a little bit.
He's good
and it's
at
good that it's co-host that you step in to save him when necessary.
This actually could be a good.
No, you're good.
Maybe we'll bring this to the podcast.
The Robin Williams episode, I think, was the first big kind of like, whoa, we did something.
Because of the reception of it, or because because you knew him.
I did know him a bit, but like the nature of the interview was very candid, and it was never, and I don't think ever again, something that happened. I drove up there to the Bay Area. I went to his house, and like I think he's the guy. If he has two people, that's an audience. But just one-on-one with a comic, at his home, it was a tone of trust there that I don't think ever happened again with him. When he passed, sadly, it kind of got used a lot. Because it was the only real him just talking. He's a very shy guy.
Yeah. I think anybody who was in, forgive me for saying something that I maybe don't even have the right to be saying because people knew Robin so well, and I can't say
It's a free country, man. You say what you want while you can.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We got our
God bless America.
Hell
God
yeah.
bless America.
That's
There you
actually
go.
really fucking awesome. My sketch group, Good Neighbor, that I was in with Beck and our friend Nick and our friend Dave, we came up. I met Beck doing.
What happened to Nick and Dave? They here?
They're in L.A.
Okay.
Well, Dave lives in New York.
Okay.
But we're all still very close.
That's good.
But we came up making internet videos, and then we would do live shows, and we had the chance to do a show for this SF Sketchfest in Mill Valley.
Oh yeah. We're at the Throckmorton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Robin used to hang out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was there, and prior to our show,
He wanted to play, didn't he?
He might have seen the show before us, and Nick approached him. I'm pretty sure it was Nick. I don't want to be.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
was like, Robin, do you mind staying for our show? We're such huge fans.
He's like, let me get on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he watched the show, and then he came afterwards backstage to like give us a round of compliments and like went fully into bit mode. Like he's like, who am I? Bill Dildo Baggins, and he's just like going off. And it's like, oh shit, we're getting the Robin Williams treatment, and
That's
it was
right.
so special and so meaningful. And it's like, I don't know, just the fact that we got to have that moment with somebody like that, and I feel like he had that moment with, I think, a lot of people.
It is something.
So sweet of him.
Yeah. It is something, like, because I remember it was very funny. I did a show at the Throckmorton, just a stand-up show, and I kind of knew Robin, and he was up there, and it was not I was struggling a little bit, and he was sitting up in the balcony where you couldn't really see him.
Yeah.
But every time a joke would just do, okay, I'd hear him go, ooh.
That's a good impression. Yeah. Man.
But I knew he wanted to get on stage, and it was so scary to me to like do that because he'll jump on stage with anybody,
Right,
and you got to work with it. But I was really just trying to keep him at bay.
Yeah.
And every time a joke would just kind of tank it.
Whoa. Yeah. Do you know how far away from that theater he lived?
Wasn't far.
I feel like he like had that in his back, like would just go all the time.
he lived on the water. I don't remember exactly what town, but another comic used to run that place, Mark Pitta, who was a San Francisco comic, and it became Mort Sahl used to hang out there. He was like 100 years old, and he never liked me, Mort Sahl. I never had him on the show, and I had a lot of the old timers on it, but I think there was some sort of tension between me and Mort Sahl.
Damn.
I know. It's sad when the old guy doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still doesn't like you?
He's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he probably still doesn't.
Yeah. Forever.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, for
Probably
eternity.
pissed off.
He doesn't
that's-
like me.
Yeah, you can't fix it.
It's hard.
It sucks.
Okay, well, before we get out of here, we do have an ongoing segment, as you know, and as our listeners know. It's give us your wackiest.
Yeah.
So everybody has to go around and give their wackiest.
And
I'll start.
you want to start? Yeah.
Do you like? Ooh, I don't think they fit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That was your wacky.
I think you ride the line of wacky and cringe.
But cringe is dead. We're killing cringe.
No,
Okay.
cringe is over?
Yeah, we're killing it.
Oh.
Yeah. You yeah, it's there's what? It's called kill the part of you that cringes, not the part of you that's cringe.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's
nice.
what everybody's
That's
saying.
what everybody's saying.
That's like freedom.
Yeah, it's freedom.
Yeah.
So check this out.
Yeah.
Oi, doinky, 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 hey.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty
wacky.
good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Now I can't believe. Yeah. So now you came on this podcast knowing
You were going to do your wackiest.
you were going to
so
do
what's
your
wackiest?
wackiest.
That was very
that was
wacky.
okay. We got Marc Maron giving his wackiest.
Well, you
wackiest
bet-
I'll do
you've
it
ever
one more
seen.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for our listeners, you
meanwhile,
can't see what's happening.
You
This
can't see
is-
what's happening down below.
It's like Mark is like, it's almost as if he's capsizing into like a small little Marc Maron.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
teeth are clenching and his eyes are closing and he's coming together and it's really wacky.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you all for listening.
And
That was our wacky
and
not
with Beck
and Kyle.
and our guest Marc Maron.
Thank you for being
See
here.
you next time.
Oh,
Ow.
Wow.
Wow, that was I gotta say
That was pretty wacky.
that was wacky at some point, but there's also sort of like always somebody sort of guiding it and making sure that things were sort of
Are we? This is the post.
Yeah, this
show
is
this is
notes.
our
show
wrap
to talk
up.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
To
yeah.
see
Yeah, no,
if
I think it worked really well. I think you both inhabited the roles of wacky and straight guy pretty good.
And
both very unique in your approaches.
thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
I think I did
feel
a great job as guest.
you
And
did
you
a
did a great
fantastic
job at-
job. Like your ability to sit there with it
Yeah.
was really incredible.
And I thought my wackiness was subtle because I didn't want to cross over into cringe because I'm not comfortable wacky.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you
But
also as a guest, I think you were able to ride the wave of like at some points you did join in with the
Sure.
fun and the silliness,
Yeah.
but at other times you were sincere about like, okay, I'm here to talk about my project, and I want to also like let the audience know about who I am
Yeah,
and what
but I
I'm
don't
about.
want to step on the spoink.
Yeah.
yeah. Step in the spoink.
Ooh,
Yeah.
speaking of
Yeah,
which,
Lucky it didn't. He was out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also like that. That is a suggestion for us. Like, I don't know how you felt back, and I feel like we said it a little bit, but that was intimidating because it's
yeah.
like that was really that felt like a free fall. Like, what is this going to be?
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that the fun part? It's
It
not
is.
really fun for me. When I do it, it's very, it's within stand-up and I have complete control, but like
Right.
I'm not a comfortable character guy.
Yeah.
You guys have done a lot of that. So like I know it might have felt like a free fall, but you do have the tools.
Yeah. And I
try
mean,
to
that's
do
what
it.
is nerve-wracking, but also exciting about
Right.
this podcast is we just throw something in there.
Yeah. So you think we should potentially run with that as a podcast?
Well, I mean, it worked as a bit.
Yeah, I think we should try
I
it
don't
as a
know,
bit at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to, commit to a.
We can certainly, whatever our
elements of it.
podcast is, just work that. I mean, maybe we already
you
have
could
that
do like
dynamic.
if you
a
want to do
little
that
bit.
segment. To be honest, you could do anything. You could be film reviewers. You could be golf commentators.
Yeah.
You could be like whatever. You could talk about philosophy that no one understands. I mean,
Yeah.
any sort of two-person grouping that you can kind of elevate into funny, you could do in that segment. No reason to.
I think
I love it.
happen.
And do we have a name for your guy? Oh, it's just Beck, I guess.
It's probably just Beck. What's your guy's name? Kago.
I was thinking Kago.
Probably Kago. Well, thank you for that idea. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
I mean,
buddy.
it was.
Special comes out August 1st.
Yeah, panicked.
Panicked.
Yeah, it's out
It's
now.
out now.
During
We're going to post this.
Oh yeah, it's out now.
After the thing.
I felt so comfortable with you here.
Good.
I felt very warm and tingly inside.
Oh, good. Me too.
You lit me up.
You're
good.
You're completely out of the podcast game.
What do you mean? Not yet.
He's in
A month
yeah.
or so.
Oh shit! Am I saying
Couple
something
months.
that's not supposed to
Oh,
be said?
no.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah. I mean, we're retiring WTF. I don't know what my
You might-
future holds.
you might
but
keep
Well,
the-
by the
yeah.
time this is on, we'll still have a couple months.
we probably don't have time for another question though. Right?
What?
No.
You have a question you want to ask?
Well, like, can you guess how your life is going to be different without the podcast, without that rhythm?
Yeah, it's going to be full of rumination and intrusive, catastrophic thinking.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Well,
We can't
thanks
wait
for
to see
being here,
what
Mark.
happens with that. Yeah, thank you for coming.
You're always pushing us to think in different ways, and you're also opening yourself to us in ways that is inspiring by letting us see who you are and how you tick, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
What's our podcast? What's it gonna be about?
Tell us.
What's our podcast? What should we talk about?
With Beck and Kyle.
That was a Headgum podcast.